Someone on your mind is finally realizing that you're important in their life. Take a slow breath before you begin reading this, because if one person has been on your mind again and again, quietly, persistently, even when you try to distract yourself, this message is not random, it is not coincidence, and it is not imagination. Someone on your mind is finally realizing that you are far more important to their life than they ever allowed themselves to admit. This realization does not arrive loudly. It does not come with instant messages, dramatic confessions, or sudden apologies. It arrives silently in moments when they are alone with their thoughts, in moments when life slows down, in moments when distractions no longer work. And today you are going to understand why this realization is happening now, what is going on inside their heart, and why the connection between you refuses to disappear. Part 1. Why you keep appearing in their mind. There is a reason some people fade away while others remain. Many faces pass through our lives. Many conversations happen. Many relationships begin and end. Yet only a few people stay lodged in the mind long after silence replaces words. If you are on someone's mind repeatedly, it is not because of habit, it is not because of boredom, and it is not because of loneliness alone. You appear because you left an emotional imprint. You made them feel something real, not excitement, not temporary attraction, but emotional safety, understanding, presence. They may not have known how to name it at the time. They may not have valued it properly, but the mind remembers what the heart recognized even when the ego tried to ignore it. You were not just someone who existed in their life. You were someone who changed how they felt about themselves, and that kind of impact does not disappear. Part 2. The phase of ignorance and distance. Before realization comes denial, almost always. At first, they convinced themselves they didn't need you. They told themselves they were fine without your presence. They believed distance would make things easier. And for a while, it seemed like it worked. They stayed busy. They surrounded themselves with noise. They distracted themselves with people, routines, responsibilities. But here is the truth they couldn't escape. You were not just a person. You were a feeling, and feelings do not disappear just because we avoid them. The more they tried to push you out of their thoughts, the more your absence became noticeable, not immediately, but slowly, like silence after music, stops like emptiness after a familiar presence leaves. Part 3. The moment realization begins. Realization does not arrive during happiness. It arrives during quiet late at night, early in the morning, during moments of stillness when there is nothing left to distract the heart. They begin to notice something uncomfortable. Life feels incomplete, not broken, not tragic, just missing something, and that is when your name surfaces not dramatically, not suddenly, but gently. They remember your voice, your way of listening, the way you understood them without explanation. They realize that peace felt different when you were around. And this is where the shift begins. Part 4. Regret is not loud, it is heavy. When someone realizes your importance late, regret does not scream. It sits, it weighs on the chest, tightens the throat. It appears in thoughts like, I should have handled things differently. I didn't protect what mattered. I didn't know how rare that connection was. They begin replaying moments, conversations, choices, silences, not because they want to torture themselves, but because the mind is trying to understand where they went wrong, and every answer leads back to the same truth. They underestimated you. Part 5. Why they didn't realize sooner. People often realize the value of something only after losing access to it. Not because they are cruel, but because comfort creates blindness. Your presence became familiar. Your understanding became expected. Your patience became assumed, and anything assumed is rarely appreciated in the moment. They didn't think you would leave emotionally. They didn't think distance would become permanent. They didn't think silence would grow this loud. Now they know, and knowing hurts. Part 6. They are comparing you without admitting it. Here is something they will never say out loud. They compare everyone to you, not intentionally, not consciously, but emotionally. They notice that conversations feel shallow, that laughter feels forced, that understanding feels incomplete. Others may offer attention. Others may offer attraction. Others may offer company, but what you offered was connection, and connection is not easily replaced. This realization deepens their awareness of what they lost. Part 7, Why They Haven't Reached Out Yet. If they finally realize your importance, why haven't they contacted you? Because realization does not automatically create courage. Fear. Steps in fear of rejection, fear of disturbing your peace, fear of realizing they are too late, fear of facing their own mistakes. They don't know what version of you exists now. They don't know if they still have a place in your life, so they wait, and waiting hurts. Part 8. Your energy is still felt. Even without communication, energy remains. They feel it when something reminds them of you. They feel it when your name appears unexpectedly. They feel it when emotions surface without explanation. You did not disappear. You shifted from presence to memory, and memory can be powerful, sometimes more powerful than reality. Part 9. What this means for you. This message is not about waiting. It is not about hoping, and it is not about chasing someone's delayed realization. It is about your value. You were important before they realized it. You mattered even when they failed to see it. Their awakening does not define your worth. It only confirms it. Part 10, If they come back, it will be different. If they ever reach out, it will not be casual. It will be thoughtful, hesitant, careful, because they now understand what is at risk. They know silence is dangerous. They know distance can become permanent. They know connections like this are rare. And if they do nothing, the realization will still follow them, because awareness cannot be undone. Part 11. Why you feel this message so deeply. You are not imagining this resonance. You feel it, because emotional connections work both ways. When someone finally understands your value, the energy shifts. You sense it as calm, as clarity, as closure or readiness, not attachment, understanding. Part 12. Letting go without losing value. Letting go does not mean the connection was meaningless. It means you respect yourself enough not to wait for delayed recognition. If they return, it will be because they grew. If they don't, it will be because the lesson was meant for them, not for you. Either way, you remain whole. Part 13, Final Truth. Someone on your mind is finally realizing that you were not just someone they met. You were someone they felt safe with, someone who understood them, someone who mattered deeply. And whether they act on this realization or not, one thing is certain. You left a mark that cannot be erased. That is not loss. That is impact. And impact lasts. Welcome to the Stoic Heart. If you're curious about the hidden truths of the mind and heart, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a fact that could change the way you see.